What's up, everybody?
Welcome to episode 34 of the Halfway Good Show.
I'm very sick.
Dakota's sick, nearly dying, I think, actually.
I'm on a lot of medications right now.
This might be the end. No, we're just kidding. But we're glad to be here. We've got a pretty nice episode, I think, full of some pretty interesting stuff, I think.
We're in a new studio.
About some villains? Oh, yeah, that's that's important. We're in a new spot.
Yeah, we took a couple weeks off, and we moved over here.
Yeah.
And now I'm sick.
Now he's sick, but nonetheless, we're happy to be back. So yeah, I guess let's get right into this. Is there anything you'd like to start off with at all?
Yeah.
Before we get into the episode?
We got a little updates on Halfway Good that we could do.
Yeah, okay.
Just a couple things. We're putting out a new single. We just decided on this. Originally, it was going to come out March 16th, but because I've been sick for this whole past week, I haven't been able to finish up the little details and stuff that we need to work on.
Yeah, I think being sick can slow down the vocal process a little bit, maybe.
Yeah. And, well, not only that, but I can't hear anything, so I can't mix anything.
Mixing is difficult, yeah, for sure.
And then we also decided that it's going to be it's more than just a single. Like, we're putting some acoustic versions of some of the songs from Arts and Crafts on it as well, so it's going to be more like an EP kind of a thing.
More like a small EP. It'll be cool.
So, yeah, we're kind of expanding on it a little bit, and just, there was some setbacks, so we're moving it to March 30th.
Yeah, yeah, March 30th. That'll be the release date for that. But speaking of good news hidden in, I guess, bad news, what happened with Decent?
Oh yeah,
we can talk about that.
Yeah, we're so we have Decent clothing, but we're not doing that anymore. We are still going to be making clothes and working on designs and stuff, but it's not going to be under Decent because.
Kind of a funny story.
Yeah, I was just like Google searching. I just wanted to see if it would pop up because we have it all on our website, halfwaygood.com. So I wanted to see if I put in Decent Clothing, if it would show our website. Yeah. And I put it in, and it showed a website, but it wasn't ours. And it was decentclothingstore.com. Go buy their shit.
Wah, wah, wah.
So, yeah, and I looked at it. It was funny because there were a lot of, like, just similar design stuff that we had talked about, and not necessarily stuff that we'd done before, but just like things that we've like little talks that we've had about. Oh, we could do this or this.
And I've got little doodles in some notepads that are like
scary similar.
Yeah, like, to some stuff that they're doing. So major coincidence. We're not saying that they're stealing any of our stuff or anything. We didn't know about each other. It was just a coincidence. But they look like they've got everything pretty much like set up over there and like pretty locked down. But we just kind of thought about it and we were like, you know what, this isn't even worth like trying to go for or anything. Let's just rebrand.
We took it as an opportunity to just move on, which I'm kind of happy about because now we have everything under Halfway Good.
It feels better. It does feel better.
Halfwaygood.com. The music stuff is Halfway Good. We have the Halfway Good show, and now it's going to be closed by Halfway Good. So
yeah, I think, it was just a smart move to go ahead and just rebrand everything. I definitely feel it. But if you are listening on Wild Dogs Radio, we're welcome to have you. Thank you so much. If you're listening on halfwaygood.com, check out some other stuff on the website. You might find something you like.
If you're watching on
halfwaygood.com. Sorry, I'm still used to. Yeah, we've got videos now. It's kind of cool. So anyway, let's go ahead and jump into this episode. We'll start with the news stories. If you're new to the show, we usually start with a couple of kind of weird, odd, or like funny news stories. So we'll go ahead and start with those. Here we go. We got this one. Suspects on the run, scale fence, land in police lot, and into custody. That's pretty funny. I guess this happened in Arizona in a place called Peoria. I think I'm saying that right. Peoria.
I don't even know.
Yeah, I
Arizona's a weird place.
I tried to look this up earlier, but I couldn't confirm if Peoria was actually in Arizona or not. It probably is. But apparently these two people tried to rob a gas station or something. Like they were shoplifting at a gas station. and the police got informed, and they came along, and they started running like along the side of a building or whatever, and they jumped a fence. And despite a sign for the Peoria police above the door, they still jumped over it, and they ended up in the fence, like the enclosed area of a police lot. So it's just kind of funny. It's just the universe's way of just doing its.
That's funny. So then, was somebody watching the cameras and just saw them?
I'm sure. Yeah, after trying to hide outside police station. It's just hilarious. It's the universe's way of giving these people what they deserve. But, there's a sign. Like, watch what you're doing. God, don't shoplift. Come on.
It's like the equivalent of like a little kid hiding behind a table or something, and you can see him.
Yeah, pretty much. Just like
back there giggling.
Yeah, that's hilarious.
This
one's really funny. I think a lot of people could probably relate to this one. Toddler locks mother's iPhone for 47 years.
That's just ridiculous.
47 years.
Because we were talking about, I wonder if there is a limit. Like, at what point does it stop? Because that just seems ridiculous. Like, nobody at Apple at any point was like, maybe we should put a limit on it to where it's like the longest it can be locked is like a day or something.
Yeah. 47 years. That amounts to about 25 million minutes. But yeah, 47 years. And if you're not familiar with this, it's if you enter the wrong passcode, and I think this is like only for like Apple devices, I think. I don't know if Samsung has something similar to this, or Android devices have something similar to this, but yeah, I guess this woman let her toddler have her iPhone so he could watch like educational videos or whatever, like a lot of parents do. And he accidentally activated the iPhone security system, and he tried to put in the wrong password or the wrong passcode so many times that it racked up 47 years of time.
25 million minutes. Yeah, I think Androids do have them because I think mine does it, but and my kids have done it to mine before, but never like that long. It's always like the most I've ever seen it was like, oh, try again in 2 minutes. Also,
oh my gosh.
And like I want to know like the rate, like how does it grow? Like it can't just be like, oh, try again in 1 minute, try again in 5 minutes,
right?
Try again in 47 years.
Yeah, it had. Like I wonder how many times this kid had to do that to get to 47 years. Probably like 100 or something. But
and I understand like I said one day, I understand that maybe their point is like if somebody steals it, then it kind of makes the phone useless and they have to take it back to the
right, like store. 47 years.
But 47, like even 5, they're gonna be like,
okay, well this phone is useless. Like but that's what this lady had to do. She could either wait or she could try to get it rebooted. But she brought it to that Apple store.
She can wait.
Yeah, she could wait. Finally, I can use my phone.
Like that's actually an option.
So stupid. But I guess they just got it rebooted or whatever, because that's the only way to do this kind of thing. I bet she provided a proof of purchase or something along those lines, and got it reset. But it did delete all the phone's data, so that kind of sucks. But
what the fuck, Apple?
Yeah, it kind of sucks. But be careful with your kids. Watch your kids when they got your devices. They can do some pretty fucked up shit.
Yeah, that's still some ridiculous shit on Apple's part.
It really is. It's kind of strange. I don't understand why they have to go to such an extreme, but I don't know. I guess it's just a security thing. But anyway, yeah. What more to say with that? Thank you to UPI.com and lowellsun.com for providing those stories we could talk about and appreciate it. Yeah, so I guess with that being said, we can probably get into some main stuff. Did you want to talk about this first before we jump into
for some reason I thought that was one of our news stories because
No, this is just another thing that I thought we should talk about. But so yeah, we've got sort of like a main thing that we wanted to talk about, but here's another interesting thing. I guess
I don't know if I'd call it interesting. It's really stupid.
It's really dumb. It's just stupid. But I guess recently I don't know the details on how often they do this kind of thing, but I guess the Prime Minister, they do this like Q&A type of thing, really.
Prime Minister of
Prime Minister of UK. I'm sorry. Yeah, so they do this like Q&A kind of thing, and so this headline has been trending. Theresa May accused Jeremy Corbyn of mansplaining. That alone is just like absolutely ridiculous. Mansplaining.
Well,
I can't believe this is actually like a fucking thing now.
Well, we looked up like the definition on Urban Dictionary, and it was hilarious that like every single one of them was like, I don't even know how to put it. It was
it's
just
really ridiculous.
Like, here's what this dumbass fucking word means.
Yeah. Yeah, Urban Dictionary was really funny with it, and they gave like funny explanations of like, funny examples of mansplaining, but
in one of the explanations of the word, it didn't say something like basically you have to be like ignorant or something to use it.
Yeah. Let me see if I can find that real quick. Is that Ethan? Oh yeah. They have Ethan from H3 on this website. That's really funny. Anyway, so yeah, Theresa May, the Prime Minister of UK, was she accused Jeremy Corbyn of mansplaining. Jeremy Corbyn is he's the leader of a Labour Party or something like that. And basically, this is what he said. He's addressing Mr. Speaker, and he says, "Mr. Speaker, tomorrow is International Women's Day, a chance to both celebrate how far we've come on equality, but also to reflect on how far we have to go, not just in this country, but around the world." And then he goes on to ask a question about the Prime Minister's meeting with the Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman, the Saudi Crown Prince. I guess they were going to have a meeting or whatever about, I think it was like some kind of, I don't know, something about arms or something like that. But he wanted to know if she was going to address him, about like the human rights in Saudi Arabia, because as I understand, it's kind of fucked up over there right now, especially for women. So, and at face value, I don't find anything wrong with what he said at all.
Yeah, he said it pretty elegantly, too.
I think he was just kind of like, he didn't... Yeah, there's no...
But also the funny thing for us
mansplaining
he
in
wasn't
this.
even,
it's dumb.
He wasn't even talking directly to her.
Right, he's talking... and, of course, this is from what I understand, because I don't know, I don't know their, like, sort of procedures or whatever over in the UK, but he says, "Mr. Speaker," right?
Yeah, he's addressing the speaker.
He's addressing the speaker. Tomorrow is International Women's Day, a chance to both celebrate how far we've come. And then the Prime Minister jumps up and says, I would like to thank, Jeremy, she's talking about Jerry Corbyn. I would like to thank him for telling me that tomorrow is, International Women's Day.
I think that's called mansplaining.
I believe that's called mansplaining. And everybody fucking, like, you just got fucking roasted in the House of Commons. Fuck off. Like, this is just fucking stupid. It's just dumb. I think this is, and I'm going to create a word right now, this is sort of Trumpish. I
was just going to say, you're like getting into the realm of American politics now.
If I can be honest, like, and I think this is something that the UK should pride themselves over, is sort of being like kind of far away from US politics, but she's breaking new ground here because they're getting pretty close to what we've got over here, and it's pretty fucking stupid. Oh my god. But
what a nasty woman.
Yeah, and there's some good tweets. There's a couple people who are like agreeing with her, like, yay, she's calling him out or whatever. But like I said, I don't think there's anything for her to call him out on at this point. I don't think he's really said anything that is like mansplaining.
And then we watched there was like a longer video of kind of the whole thing.
Yeah.
And he just like, he doesn't even acknowledge it.
He doesn't acknowledge it. He gets up and just responds with the next question. Yeah. Like, he doesn't say anything about it.
Which I thought was funny because it was basically just like, I'm not even going to just fucking quit.
Yeah, but then there's some good tweets that are kind of like shooting her down as well. So there's one from @ZachFoxFilm. Theresa May shoehorning mansplaining into her answer to chide Corbyn like your mom pretending she's well into Snapchat. I love that. It's like, it's exactly what she's doing. She's trying to like sort of appeal to like this younger audience and like crack a joke and like, you know, whatever. But this one right here is really good too. Regit at Regit YouTube says, you know, it's all very funny giving Corbyn a big ol' roast, but the term mansplaining is just crass and offensive. Call people condescending. Don't tar all men with this nasty brush. It makes you sound condescending yourself. So yeah, I mean, I kind of understand that. Me, like, mansplaining doesn't like trigger me. I don't like, I don't know. I just don't think, like, I'm not gonna get offended by someone saying that, you know, because as far as I feel, like, if someone uses the term mansplaining, it's like, okay, you've done enough damage to yourself there. I don't even need to say anything about that. Using the word mansplaining is enough. So yeah, another one.
She said it so confidently too.
Yeah, I believe that's called mansplaining. Oh God,
it is. If you have a chance to look at the video,
yeah, it's a really funny. It's pretty funny. It's also funny to watch the reactions of people behind her. And
yeah, just like there was only one guy behind, and it seemed like
he was just laughing because it's like, oh my God, like, did she just
yeah, everybody else was just like,
this is such a funny fucking joke. Everybody else was just kind of like laughing because it's like, that's kind of funny, but mostly because, wow, did she really just fucking say that right now? Let me see. Here's another funny tweet from Sachin at Sachin Nakrani. I'm fucking being horrible with this, but Theresa May has just said mansplaining in the House of Commons, and I now want to leave the country. So this is what kind of made me think of like, you know, U.S. politics. Like, people are like, you know, the fuck, I just want to get out of here now. Like, this is stupid. So, damn, they're doing a good job over there in the UK. They're starting to imitate what we got over here, and I don't like it. But anyway, so we just thought that was kind of ridiculous. Like, it's just dumb. I don't know. I don't know why she felt the need to do that. I don't know why. Yeah, I don't understand. I don't think it's something that should be applauded at all, you know.
Yeah, it's kind of dumb.
Yeah, it's just really dumb. Mansplaining. He's not in the wrong here. I don't feel
I never really take anything.
Despite what his political views are, like, but we're not talking about that here. Yeah. You know, I'm not like supporting Jeremy Corbyn for anything that he's doing, but I don't think in this specific situation, I don't think she should have jumped up quick like a kid fucking running to a candy store like, oh, this is my fucking chance.
Yeah, it was just a stupid interaction all around.
Yeah, it was just dumb. So anyway, that was her fault on that one. Theresa May, I think, needs to I don't know.
Shut the fuck up.
Yeah, just either be quiet or just, I don't know. Just don't fucking do that.
Don't try to use the hip lingo.
Yeah, like on Twitter, maybe. Not in the fucking House of Commons during like a Q&A like that. Come on. Anyway, enough of that. If you got some comments on that last thing we were talking about, go ahead and tell us what you think.
Yeah, if you have an opinion that you'd like to mansplain to us.
Yeah, go ahead and mansplain your opinion to us. We would like to hear it. But anyways, I guess we can get into the main sort of chunk of this episode, I guess, here. We're going to try to talk about this for a little while.
This one was, I don't know. I mean, it kind of surprised me because I knew he was on trial, but I hadn't been keeping up with it, and it hadn't really been in the news that often, or that I'd noticed.
Yeah, it had kind
of popped up again.
Yeah, it had kind of died down. This is, I think, for a lot of people, this is kind of old news, but it's just new news about old news. Yeah.
Martin Shkreli has been sentenced to 7 years in prison.
We're talking about the Pharma Bro, the good old Pharma Bro, Martin Shkreli. Sentenced to 7 years for defrauding investors.
Yeah, and I kind of wanted to get into what exactly happened because a lot of people I know are going to be like, well, good, he deserved it. And that's just based on, like, everybody thinks he's a dick, and he kind of is. But
in certain positions, for sure he is.
Specifically, or specific that happened that he was on trial for that I think should probably be acknowledged.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and let you talk about this for a little bit. I feel like you've done a little more research than I have on this.
Yeah, so I think this was back in 2010 or before.
I can't remember.
He founded it was called MSMB Capital Management, and it was like a hedge fund. Yeah, and he got a reputation shorting biotech stocks, which I'm not even going to get into that. You can do the research if you really care about what that means.
Yeah.
And he eventually made a bad bet on one, and he lost $7 million of the hedge fund's money. In spite of that, the company only had like $60,000 worth of assets left, but he was still sending progress reports to the investors, basically saying that no, the company's still healthy and
everything's fine,
going good. But they had actually halted all trading, like they weren't doing anything,
which is bad.
Yeah, so
that's not good to tell your investors something that's not, that's completely different from what's actually going on.
Yeah, he
lying to his investors, basically.
Exactly. Yeah, and he had another company called Retrofriend. And
that's like a pharmaceutical company or whatever.
Yeah, and basically to give the MSMB investors their money back, and some, he gave them more than what they invested. Yeah. He started funneling money out of Retrofriend, which is highly illegal.
That's very illegal. Under details that I don't understand, but I do know.
So not only did he do that, but then he also went back and he backdated some transactions to make it look like MSMB was investing in Retrofriend, which they weren't. And then eventually Retrofriend's investors found out about all this, and he got caught, and that's why he's on trial.
Yeah, so that's the thing. This is the main thing that he's like being sort of looked at for and charged for. Now, can I just say that even this guy's name, this just seems like a sneaky little fucking...
conniving little rat.
Yeah, just like someone who's just like...
He kind of looks like it too.
Yeah, to be honest. I mean, not poking too much fun at people's looks, but come on. This guy, he's a special type of person. When you come across a person like this, like I was telling you earlier, this guy seems like he would be like a villain in a Marvel comic or something. Yeah. He seems like he'd be a villain.
I don't know if I'd say Marvel comic. I was thinking like he'd be a villain in a Disney movie or
something. In a Disney movie, yeah, okay, that's better. He's just like a childish villain.
Shkreli. I mean, like I said before, people hate him because he's kind of a dick on social media and everything. The biggest reason, the biggest thing that came up he got a lot of bad publicity over he had the AIDS treatment. His company did.
This is the big thing that people hated him for, I think.
Yeah, he marked it up 5,000%.
Basically just squeezing AIDS patients for a life-saving drug.
Yeah, it costs
pretty fucked up.
$13 a pill or something like that, and he sold it for $750.
Now, that's like probably the most scummy thing he's done, I think.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, there's sneaky, there's conniving, but that's just straight scummy. Like, people, like, need that drug to live, and you're just gonna, like, okay, we're on top. Like, we fucking sell this drug, so...
And he's tried to defend the price before, and say basically, the company needs to make money.
Bullshit.
Which, the company does need to make money because
that
but
is what's
going to fund new research for new drugs and stuff. But yeah, again,
not that much fucking money. Like, that's ridiculous.
I found this little fact that I thought was funny. He donated $2,700 to Bernie Sanders.
I've heard of this
during his campaign, and Bernie rejected the money and instead sent it to an AIDS foundation.
I love it.
Yeah,
that's fucking funny.
So, when they were doing the sentencing, he was crying and pleading to the judge, and that he was changing. He understood what he did wrong, and he admitted that he did wrong to a lot of people. He apologized.
Saying, I'm not the victim here. Please give me a chance to show what I'm capable of, yada, yada. Yeah, just basic, kind of thing. Basic like manipulation, trying to make people feel bad.
That's how I kind of see it. Yeah. I mean, I'm sure there's of course a possibility that he does,
I mean, fuck, 7 years. Yeah. That's crazy about.
But yeah, so they did sentence him to 7 years. So the defense attorneys...
Let me see.
The defense attorneys requested a maximum sentence of 18 months. So that's what his attorneys said. Here's what we think should be the maximum.
Yeah.
The prosecutors requested a minimum of 15 years. So they were like, no, this dude needs to be...
You're getting slammed away for a while.
15 years.
Yeah.
So they gave him 7. He's been in for 6 months. So he's getting credit for that. And I read that he could get out after 6 years with good behavior.
Yeah. Another thing his defense lawyer was saying is that I thought the sentence should have been less than 7 years, but Martin's fine, and obviously it could have been a lot worse. I think it could have been a lot fucking worse. I think this guy could have been slammed with a lot, you know.
Yeah. Well,
so, I mean, 7 years, he's almost getting off easy, to be honest. I mean,
yeah.
Let's be real here.
I mean, if he were just not a prick...
Yeah, that's the thing. He's like
a genius.
Oh yeah,
and he's good at what he does.
Yeah, that's not to be debated. And I think he kind of he's sort of kicking himself in the ass when he acts like a fucking asshole on social media and acts like such a fucking just an ass. Like he just acts like a fucking idiot. You know? He's just so like, I've got all this money, I'm some fucking big shot, you know? So, yeah, I don't know. It's just, again, this is the universe giving people what they deserve, I think.
Yeah, I get
so gets what he deserves.
Along with the sentencing, he also had to forfeit almost $7.4 million to the federal government.
Yeah.
Did you have the exact number? It was
7.36.
Okay. Yeah.
Million in assets, including the one-of-a-kind Wu-Tang album.
So I found it was more than that too. It was the Wu-Tang album, a Lil Wayne album.
Oh, what the fuck?
A Picasso painting, and his stake in Viera Pharmaceuticals, which was Touring Pharmaceuticals, another one of his company. So
you can see by the things that this guy had to give up that he's fairly obsessed with material things that he can can show off to people. At least that's what it seems like.
Yeah.
And I think his social media videos prove that.
Did he have a ton of cars too and shit like that?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't fucking know. To be honest, I haven't done a whole lot of fucking research on this guy, but.
So there's more to his sentencing too. He was ordered by the judge that he has to see a counselor for mental health, which probably good for this guy.
Yeah, I would say so.
Yeah, because I mean, obviously there's something fucking wrong with him. So if he could get treatment for it, and he could do something good with, the knowledge that he has and everything, that would be a good thing. Just quit fucking people over.
Yeah, he's got the chance to make a fucking redemption. I mean, I could understand. I mean, you look at it from one point of view, and it's like this younger guy is like on top. I mean, he just gets tempted with fucking the ability to. Do these scummy things, and he just says fuck it and does it. But it's like, I don't know.
And to be fair, there were good things that he was doing. He was getting the research funded for these diseases that nobody else was researching.
Right.
And there is that, but it's the way he was doing it.
Yeah, and it's like it doesn't it doesn't justify, anything like.
Also, I believe there's something that I read in there about him drinking a lot, and so he's ordered to get help for that too.
Yeah.
And from this point on, he's also barred from holding a majority stake, which means he can't have the majority rule in a company, or holding an executive position of a company. So basically, he's not allowed to be in charge of anything anymore.
So he's done being on top.
Yeah.
Which, I think it's well deserved. What can I say? You act like a scumbag, you get fucking treated like one, What can I say? Although, I mean, I do hope this guy, fucking comes to his senses and, I don't know, does something that at least kind of, redeems the shitty things that he's done. Yeah. But, who knows? We'll see. But yeah, he definitely does play that sort of like mad genius kind of character, huh? He's just...
Yeah, it's interesting. I mean, and he's gotten he has a lot of fans who just kind of like that thing about him, that he is kind of just a dick.
Yeah.
And
that's something that's appealing to him or that's appealing to some people about him, you know.
Yeah, and he's notorious for just making fun of other companies.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, if you look at it, like Steve Jobs did
there's
the same thing.
Tons of people that do that. That's just like a business kind of thing.
Mark Zuckerberg, I think, didn't he do some of that stuff too?
I'm sure. Yeah.
The difference is they didn't embezzle money and.
Right, they're not doing it in a fucking Shkreli way. I'm probably saying his last name wrong too.
I've always heard it's Shkreli.
Shkreli. There's a fucking SH. I'm gonna say Shkreli. But yeah. So
Shkreli.
7 years. 7 years.
Yeah.
That's what it comes down to. And this is not in some little padded man cave, you know. This guy's not going to be playing video games and fucking, you know, listening to music and shit. This is in prison.
Yeah. Well, he has been he's been teaching inmates. Well, he has been in there already. I can't remember.
That's good. Yeah, there we go. That's what I'm fucking talking about.
Yeah, I can't remember exactly what he's teaching them. He's teaching them how to break out, probably. No.
Want to get the fuck out of here is what we got to do, all right?
No, but yeah,
so
he's been teaching them, so.
Yeah, I'd like to see a movie about this guy, maybe. I think it'd be an interesting film.
That would definitely be interesting, because those characters are always interesting in movies when it's like,
right.
He's the bad guy.
Yeah.
But they make you like him.
Right.
He would definitely be a good subject for one of those movies.
Totally, yeah.
Because you could write a movie that makes his character likable, but yet he's still the bad guy.
He's still a bad guy, right.
Fuck, let's write a movie, Ashton.
Let's do it.
We got so many things. What's one more?
And then we could use like Wu-Tang as the fucking soundtrack. Like some Wu-Tang songs.
That Wu-Tang album.
That Wu-Tang album.
Oh yeah, that was the question that we had.
What happens to the fucking album?
Yeah, because he had to forfeit
it. He had to give it up.
So if you guys know, if you do any research on this, because we're not going to.
Yeah. I'm not a big enough Wu-Tang fan to try to figure this out, but
where does it go? Does it go back to them?
Right, because you said that they put it up for auction, right?
That's what I read, yeah. That they were the ones that put it up for auction.
He bought that shit for $2 million. Once Upon a Time in Shaolin. It's a one of a kind. I don't think anybody's ever heard it. Like, it's just unheard Wu-Tang music.
You think he tried to impress girls with that?
Oh, for sure.
Hey, you want to hear that Wu-Tang album?
I got that fucking
only
Wu-Tang.
I have.
Come on.
Like,
he's just like hanging it off of his dick. Come on. You can play it.
Who's the Wu-Tang?
Wu-Tang. Oh my god. Yeah. No, I think it's funny that he was, I don't know. I mean, of course it's like maybe not something to laugh about, but I think it's funny that he's weeping in court and shit. Like, it's like, come on,
laugh
dude.
at his pain.
Yeah. You know, it's like.
No, I mean, well deserved. I mean, you can't. I don't know. I've always been one to say, like, if people like Wall Street people or bankers or anything like that are going to make those kind of moves, then you have to be prepared for the consequences, and you should be punished for that.
I totally agree. Yeah.
I think it's one of the biggest scandals in American history was when the housing market crashed and they bailed all the Wall Street bankers out and everything. Yep. It's complete bullshit. When a lot of them should have been sent to prison. Yep. So yeah, I'm not going to sit here and say that he doesn't deserve 7 years for what he did. You know, he fucked up. He lied to people, stole money from people, and gave it to other people. Yeah.
Yeah, and I think they tried to claim that, you know, like in the end, like many of the investors didn't really lose money or whatever. You know, that was kind of like one of their defenses, I think.
Well, the investors of MSNB, he got their money back plus some, but I'm not so sure about the Retrofin investors.
Right, that's the thing. So.
Retrofin being the company that he took the money out of to give back to the
MSNB so they didn't get their money back. I think.
I'm not sure about that. The main thing was that they were saying that it wasn't Retrofin's as the company Retrofin. It wasn't their responsibility to pay off the debts.
To pay off those debts. Yeah, right. Hold on. I saw something on here really quick that I wanted to talk about, but I cannot seem to find it right now. Oh yeah, here we go. Prosecutors, however, contended Shkreli caused anywhere from $9 million to $20 million in losses.
That's a lot of money.
Yeah, that's a lot of fucking money, and the judge agreed. So,
what Lil Wayne album was that?
I have no clue. What Lil Wayne album that was. Let me
another Carter album.
Let me look that up. Ooh, it could have been. I don't know. But yeah. So I don't know. I feel like every once in a while something like this happens and someone just does some scummy ass shit.
And what's the deal with that? I don't understand the album thing. Like,
that's what I'm saying. This just ties into him being like.
Well, no. I mean, from the artist's point of view, because Wu-Tang made the album, made only one copy, and put it up for auction. I don't understand that. What's the point behind that?
I don't know. Oh, it is. It's Carter 5.
Carter 5.
Yeah, Carter 5. I don't think anybody's heard that. I guess, or I don't know. Maybe it's like a.
Do we really want to?
Carter 5? Yeah. I'd listen to that shit.
To it, yeah. I just like giving Lil Wayne shit sometimes. I like Lil Wayne. He surprises me a lot.
Yeah, Lil Wayne is
sometimes
definitely
he'll
innovative.
do some shit and I'll be like, damn, good job, Lil Wayne.
Goddamn, Lil Wayne.
But then sometimes, at the same time, I'll be like, come on, dude. The fuck was that?
Oh, man. So, I don't know. What more can we really say about this Pharma Bro? Pharma Bro.
Yeah, I don't know.
I was never motivated by money. I was trying to grow my stature and reputation. You said you agreed with that quote to a certain extent.
Well, and yeah, just because I feel like even like when he had money, he always spent it on ridiculous shit, like
ridiculous
those
stuff,
albums or cars or something like that.
Fucking Picasso paintings.
It wasn't about having money to him. It was about where he was in the world and I have this exclusive stuff.
Right.
Look at me, I'm important.
Yeah. Exactly.
So yeah, I can see that completely.
Something also interesting to note is that Shkreli's former lawyer, Evan Griebel, was convicted in December of helping him steal millions from the biopharmaceutical company Retrofin. And so he's awaiting sentencing as well. So his former lawyer is in some shit too.
He was helping him?
Yeah, he was helping him steal millions from Retrofin. So to pay off MSMB, maybe?
Yeah.
I guess, right? Exactly that's how that went?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
I am here because of the gross, stupid, negligent mistakes I made at MSMB. This would be a good time to apologize to all the investors at MSMB. I'm terribly sorry I lost your trust.
A good
you
time,
deserve better.
Yeah. A good time would have been like probably a couple years ago.
Yeah. Before you're in some shit, facing 7 years. You fucking bitch.
That would be the last time that you could.
Yeah. For real.
That's funny.
Told his family not to worry about him, said he was embarrassed and ashamed. I bet you are, bud. Oh, man. Insane. So, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, again, I just always go back to, he could be doing so much good, though. The key is...
He's a smart dude.
Dude that at, like, 10 and 12 was investing in Amazon and, I can't even remember what else.
Right. He understands this shit. He gets markets and stuff. Yeah. So I thought this is also kind of funny. It's talking about when he was convicted last summer, or not? Was it last summer? Yeah, last summer. For doing something. Let me see. What was it?
We'll find it.
Oh, offering his Facebook followers $5,000 for a sample of Hillary Clinton's hair when she was on book tour.
What?
Yeah, I think that's what it says. But it says when Shkreli was convicted last summer, he boasted that he would probably spend less than a year at Club Fed, a cushy minimum security facility where he could play tennis and Xbox. He got his nickname after posting a photo of himself on Twitter in sunglasses and mimicking a pose from a Flow Rida music video. So that's sort of pointing at, you know, just how much of a fucking ass this guy is on Twitter and Instagram and shit. Yeah, just a cocky fucking, like, he's basically saying, like, look, I'm doing all this scummy shit and they're not gonna do anything to me, you know? So I think it's really satisfying to find out that now he's finally crying in court, like, getting sentenced 7 years, you know? Fuck this guy, man.
Fuck you, Pharma Bro.
Yeah. Pharma Bro.
Yeah. Well, yeah. You get what you get.
You fucking get what you get, man. I think that's about all that can be said about this story, dude.
Nice.
Don't be an ass and you won't fucking, you know. Yeah, you won't get treated like one.
Don't steal
usually.
shit either. Don't
steal shit. Don't shoplift and don't fucking steal millions of dollars from your investors. So yeah. That's about all that can be said for the Pharma Bro.
That's all I have to say.
That's all we had to say about that. So I guess I don't know. Where should we go with this episode? Do you have anything?
Would you rather?
Would you rather? I guess we could do that, huh?
Yeah. Why not? Do you have yours done?
I have mine done. I've got mine done. Yeah.
Sometimes we write them beforehand. Sometimes we make them up on the spot.
Yeah, it kind of changes from episode to episode, but I guess,
You want me to go first?
Yeah, you can go ahead and go first.
This is inspired by, my current state, just because I'm sick.
Being sickly?
I've only been sick right now for like a week, but, last year, it was, it was actually, like at the end of 2016, it was like November and December, I was sick for like 2 months straight. I don't know if you remember that. It sucked big dick.
I think I do remember that, yeah.
It was not fun. So my would you rather is, would you rather be sick for 2 months or take a solid kick to the nuts?
Sick for 2 months, take a solid kick to the nuts. Solid kick to the nuts. Or sick for 2 months. Yeah, I think I'm probably going to have to take the solid kick to the nuts over that one. I do not want to be sick for 2 months, man. That would suck. Especially because I don't get sick a lot, but when I do get sick, it's bad. It's fucking like, I feel like I'm going to die bad.
Yeah, me too. Like, we were just talking about this too. I've been like, I'm on so much medication right now. Just because, like, I'm on
so much medication right now. I feel fucking good.
Fucking sore just all the time.
Yeah, you were saying that.
I've just gone through so much painkillers and.
Yeah, that sucks. But I think I'd definitely probably take the kick to the nuts over that one, because that's like, you know, maybe 10 to 20 minutes of like pain. You know, I think that's like a maximum. Like, I don't think you're gonna feel that.
I don't think I've ever.
I might puke or something, but
I don't think I've ever had like a super solid kick to the nuts, but I've been sick for 2 months, and I'd rather.
You'd rather do the I think so.
Shit, I'll take a kick to the nuts right now just to not be sick anymore.
and then we could release it on the 16th, and then we won't have to.
Yeah.
We can release a single on the 16th. No, single on the 30th. Let's not get things confused here. Anyway, so yeah, mine would be face 7 years in prison.
Okay.
Become Shkreli, basically. No, face 7 years in prison, or no, not face 7 years in prison. Be convicted of 7 years in prison. It doesn't matter what the crime is. Sentenced to. There you go. Convicted of. Yeah, do 7 years in prison, or lose 7 fingers of your choice. You get to choose which fingers you lose.
Guitar, man.
7 years in prison, though, man. You can play guitars other ways, and besides, you don't need all your fucking fingers to like you could just get rid of like 3 of these.
I'd be left with this.
Prosthetics are amazing nowadays.
Are they for hands?
I don't know.
I don't know if I've seen that.
Probably not for guitar playing, but I think you'd be pretty innovative. I think you could figure that out.
I'd just become a producer. I'd forget about guitar and I'd just start doing like electronic stuff or MIDI stuff.
There you go. But anyway, 7 years in prison or 7 fingers.
Do I have to sit through losing every finger? Or would it just be like they're gone?
I mean, they're just gone.
Okay. Yeah, I'd probably do that. Just because, so, I hate being anywhere where I'm not able to do what I want to do, and where
prison is a fine example of that.
Well, not only just in that sense, but just like just sitting there bored.
Right.
Like I hate.
Yeah, that's true.
Even when I'm at work, if it's busy, like totally fine. Yeah. Like, if I have something to do, that's fine. But if it's slow and I'm just sitting there and just like. I'd so much rather just be home working on something.
Knowing you would lose your fucking mind in jail.
Yeah.
I bet you'd like go crazy. For sure.
I think that's probably it, just because I don't have anything to work on.
Right. Like you'd be like, I know you'd like work out 24/7 and then like you'd write all day.
Probably.
You'd write all day and then work out. I
guess I could get like a degree
vigorously.
Or something.
That's true. You'd jump back into like philosophy or some shit and read these huge books that no one else can understand. Because you kind of did that already. At the end of high school, you basically imprisoned yourself. Yeah. Well, that shit was funny, man. You're like, what's Dakota doing? Reading a book. Yeah. Reading a book, writing some shit, learning Hebrew or some shit. Yeah. So you'd take the 7 fingers though. You'd lose the 7 fingers. At
this point, yeah.
Okay, that's fair. I think that's fair.
Fuck, I like my fingers though.
I know, right? That one's a little tough.
That one is a good one.
It was a little tough.
That was a really good one.
Especially for you because you're a guitar player. But anyway.
Yeah.
So that has been episode 43 of the Halfway Good Show. We thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you so much for listening. Again, if you're listening on Wild Dogs Radio, we love you. Thank you so much. We're glad to have you. If you're watching on YouTube or watching on halfwaygood.com. We hope you're enjoying the new the new space we got here. It's so much better. It's so much better. It's easier to control lighting. It's spacious in here. It's not so cramped. I think the backdrop is kind of open and sort of more pleasant to look at. But yeah, so we're gonna keep.
Also, we can leave my studio alone.
Yeah, we can just do music stuff over there. We're not gonna tear stuff down every week and rebuild it back up. But remember.
Oh my god, I didn't even think about that. That would have sucked, like, because we're going to hopefully be recording a new album
soon.
Within a few months.
Fairly soon, yeah.
That would suck to have to do the podcast every week and tear down, like, all the drums and everything.
Yeah,
I didn't even think about that.
It wouldn't be controlled. It would, like, the songs would sound different on the fucking, So funny. It's very good that we're doing this here now. But keep in mind, Decent Clothing is no more. We're rebranding everything under Halfway Good. So we've got Halfway Good... there's the band, the Halfway Good, and then the Halfway Good Show, and then Clothes by Halfway Good. So expect some stuff from there. We're coming up with some new designs. We're just sort of, doing some cool stuff with colors and whatnot. Also, thank you to everybody who entered the contest, I guess, to get some free stuff from us. Will that be over by this time? No. Huh. By the time this episode is up, that won't be over, will it? I don't think so.
I guess we could keep going.
I mean, because now that we're doing the 30th, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, so that's still going right now, from the time you're hearing this episode or watching this episode. So, if you'd like to get the chance to, if you'd like to receive some free stuff from us, everybody's getting something. Go ahead and go to our Instagram and find the cover photo for Letter to a Friend, or you can go to our website and find it there as well under the music tab. Go ahead and post it to your Instagram or post it to your Instagram story. Tag us in it or mention us in your story, and you'll be entered to win some free stuff. And then sometime in the future, we're going to do like a live stream or something, and we'll pick 10 winners that are going to receive something sort of special. So, thank you everybody that's doing that. We really appreciate you. Should be pretty cool.
You guys are awesome.
You guys are awesome. We love you. Thank you for letting us do what we do. But yeah, this has been episode 34 of the Halfway Good Show. We hope you guys stay safe and have a good morning or evening or whatever, wherever you are.
Stay healthy.
Stay healthy.
Don't get sick.
Don't steal money from your investors. We wish you farewell. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. Until next time.
See you.
Bye-bye.